Can I borrow that thing for a while?
I don't think so.
Why not?
Well, you're not checked out on it.
What do I have to know?
Well, where the meat goes.
Right there.
Where do you turn it on?
Right there.
But where does the meat go?
Hello, and welcome to Seincast, a retrospective on all 180 episodes of Seinfeld, being hosted by two guys who can barely run their own lives. My name is Vinny.
My name's Matt.
How's it going, buddy?
It's going. How are you?
Doing well.
Anything new with you?
Not really, just plugging along, you know.
Same old, same old.
Yeah.
I wanted to let you know that I've been watching a bunch of Comedians in Cars on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
And it has been so easy to binge watch these episodes. You know, they're only, 20 minutes long?
If that.
Yeah. No commercials. You know, no Acura commercials you can't skip.
What was the tagline for Acura that he was one of the Seinfeld alums, but what was the tagline?
Oh, I don't know.
It was something real cheesy, but anyway.
Well, I wanted to remind our listeners that you can watch all of the episodes on Netflix now. It's great, too, because they've been, I don't know, kind of like reorganizing the episodes. They're assembled into different categories. They don't make a whole lot of sense, but yeah, definitely worth checking out, I think.
So does that mean you can't watch them in order, in production order?
No, not anymore. It's separated into like these categories called First Cup, Light and Sweet, Just Made a Fresh Pot, and Late Night Espresso.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Oh, why is that?
I don't know. I'm a purist. I like to watch things in which they were originally produced, or sometimes backwards.
Right.
If you look at like Late Night Espresso, I see Bill Maher, Sarah Silverman, Bill Burr. Those are more of your, raunchy, or comedians that tend to have the explicit sticker on their CDs. You know, but then look at other. You can't really identify why they have those titles. I would think First Cup would imply like a new and up and coming comedian.
Right.
But that doesn't track because you got Jim Carrey, Stephen Colbert. So who the hell knows?
It's still kind of nice just to bounce around. You get more flavor. I'm watching some comedians I never would have watched,
Sure.
originally. But yeah, just want to let everyone know. Check it out if you haven't already.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else? We haven't talked about news in a while. Anything happen in the Seinfeld world lately?
I think it's a little bit late, but JLD is cancer-free. Her sons, they posted on social media a video of them pantomiming Beat It by Michael Jackson. I'm sure everybody's seen it in the feeds.
Yeah, I'll include a link in the show notes. I think Julia was diagnosed last fall or so, last summer. And yeah, she's been doing all the rounds of chemo, and she just had her last chemo treatment, I think, a week ago. So yeah, great news.
And I got to say, we've used the phrase falling down the Instagram rabbit hole or Reddit rabbit hole, whatever. But Henry Hall, Julia's son, is a musician, and he has an Instagram account. But I've since then kind of poked around on his account, and he has all these old family pictures. He's quite funny, too. But he'll post old pictures of him as a kid growing up. So you see Julia as she was when she was making Seinfeld. So it was kind of nice to see, new images of her and with her family, with Brad Hall. So check his Instagram. It's something Henry Hall, but if you go to Julia's, you'll probably find a link to his page.
Very cool. Yeah, very talented sons. One's a basketball player too, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just great news to hear that Julia's on the mend and her treatments are over. So looking forward to seeing more of her work. It was actually kind of cool in some of those Comedians in Cars episodes that I hadn't seen before. Like Jerry's with Lorne Michaels and they're in 30 Rock, and all of a sudden, I guess Julia, Dave Mandel are there.
Oh, nice.
Because I think it was the SNL episode.
Okay.
And so they chat, and I don't know, it's just really sweet.
Oh, you're kind of tickling my itch now. I kind of want to watch it.
Okay. Well, speaking of itches, Vinny, what episode do we have this week?
We are talking about the 7th episode of Season 9, The Slicer, written by Greg Cavett, Andy Robin, and Darren Henry, directed by Andy Ackerman, and originally aired November 13th, 1997.
Right on. 3 writing credits this week. I'm sure Greg Cavett, Andy Robin, those two go together. They've written, God, how many episodes of Seinfeld?
A lot.
Yeah, probably 10 or so as a writing team. They're going to come back to write the Frogger later this season, as well as the Puerto Rican Day, of course. Andy Robin, though, he's been on the show way back since season 4. He did The Junior Mint and The Barber. And Darren Henry, a name that we don't really mention that much on Seincast, but he wrote The Van Buren Boys last season, and he's going to come back later this season for The Bookstore, and he wrote, I believe, just that opening scene of the clip show.
Ugh. I'm just kidding. Aw. Just kidding, Darren.
Come on.
Was he the Darren that was the inspiration for Darren the intern's name, or am I thinking of a different Darren?
Oh, that's a good question.
Remember we talked about it.
Talked about it.
But my memory.
It might have been Darren Henry because he was a PA on Seinfeld before he became a writer's assistant, and he kind of pitched some story ideas, and it was great. On the DVD, there's a commentary with the 3 writers, and they actually said that Darren is sort of this Seinfeld encyclopedia since he's been on the show so long. Behind the scenes, he's just worked with so many different people. In fact, some of the writers, even Larry himself, would call Darren, reach out to him.
Ooh, wow.
Just for his information on something if they needed a reminder. But
now that's a compliment, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. He'd be an interesting guy to talk to someday. Well, let's talk a little inspiration for this episode. The alarm clock idea that actually came from Greg and Andy's life. They were actually roommates while writing on Seinfeld. And whenever Andy flew home to visit his family, he would get so paranoid that he left his alarm clock on. So, he would call Greg and make sure it was off.
Yeah, I do share that neuroticism. I use my iPhone alarm. I set multiple alarms because I'm paranoid. And then I also have the traditional alarm with the by my bed. Sometimes I'll use that as a backup. But so I'm always afraid that I'm going to leave that one on, and then my neighbor, who has cats, will hear it and be woken up.
Don't they usually turn off, though?
No.
They don't? I thought that was an hour it would run out, and then...
Well, to my knowledge, they don't, but prove me wrong.
I'm going to move right ahead to probably my favorite bit of trivia this week, and it's all about the photo on Mr. Kruger's desk. Probably the most iconic photo to come out of Seinfeld. I think the George Timeless Art of Seduction might beat this one out, but...
But does that count as a photo?
Well, they get it blown up.
Yeah, that's a photo.
Oh, you have the poster.
Well, I'm thinking of the poster, and then...
forget.
Is that it?
Other photos, but I think those are the two big ones. Both feature George. There's some crazy inspiration for this photo idea. Jerry was in Mexico with some friends, and some local came up to him and offered to take a Polaroid of the group for $5. And when the photo came out, the corner got overexposed or something, and Jerry's head was completely missing from the photo. So the guy takes it, says he'll fix it. He runs off, comes back later, but with a drawing of Jerry's head.
Nice.
And this story was just so funny and so insane. Greg and Andy said, we have to make a storyline about that. And there you go. But I think the most interesting part to come out of this photo storyline, a couple of years ago on Reddit, Jerry did an AMA. And for those of you who don't know, AMA means Ask Me Anything, where famous people will go on to Reddit and people can just write and post their questions and they'll respond, and that's it. Someone posted Jerry a question or just wanted a shout out saying that his mom worked on Seinfeld as a boom operator, and he actually is one of the boys in the photo, one of Kruger's sons. And this kind of exploded. Turns out this guy's name is Travis Wesley. He's about our age now. He's the taller boy in the photograph. He's the son of Elza Camacho, who was a boom operator on Seinfeld. And he would hang out on the set growing up, 10, 11-year-old boy. And there are some incredible stories online, interviews with Travis, little blogs that he wrote, just talking about his whole experience. I recommend everyone check them out. We'll include links in the show notes. But yeah, did you ever follow this? This is a little before Seincast, but it was around this time where I realized, wow, there's some really interesting stuff out there regarding the production of Seinfeld, like this kid.
I remember there were pictures, and they're behind the scenes pictures of, Jason and everybody else in that beach photo shoot, and they're on the soundstage but they're all in their swim attire and flip-flops. And I remember Travis posting those pictures. And then there's other pictures of him like sitting in Jerry's Porsche, just laughing and having a great time.
He actually talks about that experience on Huffington Post, where Jerry got a new Porsche Boxster, and he promised Travis he would be the first one to get a ride in it.
Oh, man.
And sure enough, like, he took Travis out. They got on the 101, and Jerry, you know, being a speed demon, like, floored it. And he said they just had the best time.
This kid's living a dream.
Yeah, and it was soon after that he was offered the role to play one of Mr. Kruger's sons.
Lead boy. What's that from?
I don't know.
Boy? Head boy? Oh, Head boy's from Harry Potter, right?
Best boy.
Best boy. And then there's boy.
Okay.
That's nobody watches Phantasm.
But yeah, I don't know if any of our listeners, you know, who were on Reddit or the subreddit r Seinfeld remember Travis, but fantastic write-ups about his experience. And even his mom, Elsa, was on the subreddit as well, answering questions people had about Seinfeld and the production and whatnot. So be sure to check him out. I think the most surreal photo to come out of, you know, Travis's experience on Seinfeld is that shot you mentioned of Jason or George, Kruger, the mom, and they're all on this empty soundstage pretty much with like a fake ocean in the background.
Yeah, it is very bizarre, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. In fact, I found a high-res image of the photo, but it's kind of an alternate take, like it was, I don't know, snapped maybe a second or two before the one in the show, because Jason's expression isn't as annoyed.
Sure. You gonna share that stuff?
Yeah, I'll include all of the links in the show notes.
Beautiful.
I really want to print it off and get it framed.
And give it to who?
Since I'm keeping this one. Oh. It's a high-res version, so you got the screen grab one.
Thanks.
You want to tell people what you're talking about?
Oh, there's another photo. Yeah. You love to give me really unique and creative Seinfeld gifts. And one year I visited, you gave me this folder, appropriately titled Penske material, or the Penske file. And there's all these photos that you made up, including the regular Jerry horse face, you know, from the apartment, and then the Jerry defaced one, as well as the Kruger shot, and not to be outdone, the Jerry and Kramer dream sequence, like New Year's party picture.
Oh, that's another one, yeah.
And I had that on a frame on my
on your mantle.
entertainment center. Yeah.
Anyways, Greg and Andy received an award for the American Academy of Dermatology for pointing out the dangers of skin cancer in this episode.
There you go, wholesome.
Remember back in the day, like everywhere you went, people were just ridiculing dermatology. Now you can't do it anymore.
It's all because of this episode.
Yeah, of course. But Vinny, you know, before we get started, I wanted to talk about a certain character, probably the last big secondary character we'll get on Seinfeld. And that's Mr. Kruger, played by Daniel von Bargen. What a legend this guy was. I mean, in so many movies from the 80s and 90s, he was that guy. You know, I know that face. I know that guy.
His voice, very, very distinctive.
I wrote out just a couple of movies that I knew pretty well that I remember him from. Very brief role, one of his first in Silence of the Lambs, Basic Instinct, Philadelphia, Crimson Tide, Amistad, The Faculty, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, the Shaft remake, Super Troopers. I think most listeners remember him from Malcolm in the Middle. Do you have any like memorable movies like out of that list or one to mention? O'Grady
from Super Troopers, then Commandant Edwin something from what is it? Spangler from Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah, with the eye patch.
And he's going to appear in 4 episodes of Seinfeld, too. So this is his first appearance. He's going to come back in The Strike. Then we'll see him in The Burning and The Maid. So among the memorable bosses that have appeared in the show.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, it's really sad because I'm not sure that he knew how much Seinfeld fans loved him and the character of Mr. Kruger. He passed away a couple of years ago. He was only 64. He had, I mean, you guys can read the articles online. He had a very... like the last decade of his life seemed to be very sad and painful. He had diabetes, had a lot of health issues, But yeah, it just seems really sad that this guy was never really recognized for how funny he was and just so memorable in all of his movies and TV shows. Case in point, I mean, he was cast as Mr. Kruger in this episode, The Slicer, and originally George wasn't going to get the job at Kruger Industrial Smoothing.
He would have been a single shot, one and done.
One and done. But there was the decision while filming to keep this guy around because Daniel was so damn funny. So I'm really glad that they decided to keep him around. And I think we have to wait till the May to figure out which is his best episode.
Be fun to analyze.
Well, speaking of analyzing, let's get started with the first scene of the episode. We're in Elaine's apartment in bed, actually. Elaine rolls over, and what the hell? There's Jerry. Did we miss something from last week?
I don't know, but keep going.
Yeah, okay. Elaine and Jerry are in bed, and she says, I can't do this anymore. It's crazy. I need some space. And when she rolls over, oh my God, there's George.
Does that mean I have to leave too?
Well, you don't think she was just talking to me.
Hey, shut up.
You shut up. And as they bicker, Elaine is having this panic attack, and right on cue, Kramer appears under the covers. As the guys are just in Elaine's face saying, we're going to work with you on your dates, shopping, to the bathroom. Elaine.
You're killing me.
It was all a dream. But the nightmare continues when Elaine's neighbor won't shut off their alarm. It's 3:30 a.m. What a surreal opening to an episode.
Yeah. What are you first thinking when you see Elaine in bed? You're thinking, oh, it's going to be Putty. It's going to be, some guy. Who are any of her losers? And then you look over and it's Jerry. And, your first thought is, are they, I don't know if people thought it was a dream sequence initially or is it will they, won't they? Is it one of those will they or they're gonna kind of things? And then you see George and you're like, what is this, a menage or what's going on here? I feel like when Kramer finally makes his appearance from beneath the covers, which is perfect, that everybody's like, oh, okay, it's a dream sequence, right? But I think it's so great that the writers would play a little bit with this, Jerry and Elaine thing yet again, without bringing them together and without making it sappy in any way. And then having it be one of the, just like in the Bizarro Jerry episode with Elaine trying to get out, like she's so sick of this group, so it being a nightmare for her. Right. So I thought it was an awesome way to open the show. And nice bloopers, obviously, to come out of this scene because you have, the four principal characters in bed, and they're obviously not wearing shirts, and I don't know what if Julia has on some sort of like tube top kind of thing, but I recall a blooper where Michael's under there. He has to put his hand somewhere.
Hey, shut up! You shut up!
Oh, I hate this.
Hey.
Jesus Christ. What are you doing, Michael?
I had to put my hand somewhere.
It's a great series of bloopers. There's even a great photo to come out of the shoot. Black and
that's
white.
right.
Of it's kind of shot from the ceiling, and you can see the camera crew, and all four of them are posing for the photo, all in bed together. I love my trivia, Vinny. Can you think of any other dreams or nightmares we've seen on Seinfeld?
First one comes to mind is Jerry's going to be capable. A capable. Are you Steinfeld? That's one. What else you got?
I just think of after he gets shot, like Kramer's like, oh no. Oh, there's a bunch. You got Kramer. One of my favorite scenes. Kramer is he's Huck Finn.
Oh yeah,
by the river, and
straw hat.
Roxy is attacking him. You got Uncle Leo in jail in the bookstore.
Jerry, hello.
And that's all I could think of. But we've heard about people's dreams. Of course, Elaine dreamt about Jerry, where he had these wooden teeth. Mm-hmm. And
what about the hamburger eating Jerry?
There you go. Of course, Kramer had some sort of nightmare about the Pneumanium and Jerry New Year's. But yeah, please let us know if we missed any, because I think that's really good trivia. I'd like to use that. Next scene, George is at a job interview for Kruger Industrial Smoothing and does his best. At the Yankees, it was about smoothing things over, chiseling away, grinding down. What did they used to call work there, Vinny?
The grind. I enjoy this George during the interview process because he always has these little anecdotes like that. And, in fact, in high school, he used to call me the little bulldog or linebacker. That's not an interview. Never mind. Go on.
Cut that out. The guy interviewing George is the head of the company. This is Mr. Kruger. I don't think we'll ever find out his first name, right?
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. I just know him as Mr. Kruger or Cougar.
Matt Kruger.
Oh. Why couldn't it be
Kruger.
Why couldn't? Thank you.
Freddy
Freddie
Kruger.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh.
That was some low-hanging fruit. So this guy Kruger is confused. George's resume says he worked at Play Now for 4 days.
That should be a 14. Let me just...
So Kruger sort of just throws his hands up and says, whatever, you're hired.
I don't care.
And as George follows his new boss out the door, he notices one of the framed photos on his desk.
And take note... Oh, before you go on, say you're going to describe what the photo is?
No, actually, I was going to go to Monk's, but maybe we should talk about the photo.
So it's the famed picture of the Kruger family, father, wife, 2 sons at the beach with
mother and baby.
Yes, with this short, stocky, thinning-haired man standing behind them, giving them the evil eye. But what I wanted to point out was the pose that George Costanza present strikes as he's looking at that photo is the exact pose that he has in the photo itself.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I found that interesting. I don't know if that was done on purpose. Probably not. But it's kind of cool that he's looking at himself.
Yeah, well, it's a great photo, and we're going to hear all about why George is in this photo with the Kruger family in the next scene at Monk's.
Then when I saw the photo, I remembered where I'd seen him. The boombox incident.
The boombox incident.
Summer of '89, I'm at the beach. This family sets up next to me. I go into the surf. When I come out, my clothes, my towel, my umbrella, they're all gone. I am furious. I start screaming at these kids, demanding my stuff back, and finally I lose it. I grab their boombox and I chuck it into the ocean.
Yeah. Seems reasonable.
Then I see my clothes floating out there. The tide took them out, not the kids.
Even more reasonable.
So now the father is screaming at me. He's demanding that I pay for the boombox. So finally, I gave him a fake address and got the hell out of there.
And that guy is your new boss?
Until that stupid photo jogs his memory.
Kruger. That's not Kruger Industrial Smoothing, is it?
Yeah.
Grinders, sanders, whetstones. They're the ones who botched the Statue of Liberty job.
Right, they couldn't get the green stuff off.
It is a horrible company. There is no management whatsoever. I could go hog wild in there.
You know what you do? You sneak that photo out of there for a couple of days and get it airbrushed.
Like retouched?
Hey, you remember that photo of me and Gerald Ford and I took it in? Got that Ford right out of there.
Oh, this is good. This Kruger guy is clueless. I can't wait to work for him.
Jeez, look at this. This sandwich is terrible. Everywhere you go, they always give you these misshaped, shoddy meats. Look. Haven't had a decent sandwich in 13 years.
Neither have I.
It's not the first time that he's been upset with Monk's food. The little Jerry, he wasn't happy with the eggs they had.
These are sweatshop eggs.
Exactly.
I always love that how Kramer just like rips apart Jerry's sandwich. Like, look at this.
Mm-hmm. And he pushes the plate away as the scene ends.
Any other food that's no good? I mean, I always thought Monk's was like a step above Reggie's, so...
One would hope.
But you had the rubber band and the soup.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Clam's Casino.
There you go.
It's a big one. But anyways, let's talk about the boombox incident. Right out the gate, George says the summer of '89.
Ah, the start of Seinfeld as we know it.
Right. And I have a feeling we brought this up in the beginning of Seincast. But technically, let's say this is July 4th weekend, maybe?
Oh.
Seinfeld premiered July 5th, 1989. Maybe, just maybe, like in the episode, The Seinfeld Chronicles, George had just gotten back from the beach, or he went the previous week, maybe.
Oh,
It was right around that time.
So he was in real estate. He had the high button.
The only thing that doesn't work, the hair doesn't match up at all.
Yeah, damn.
I think he has more hair in the photo.
Yeah, I think you're right. But I like retconning, so go on. I do enjoy. You actually see the visualization of the flashback as George is telling the story. You see him ranting and raving, laughing in line at these kids, and you see him pick up the boombox, hold it over his head with both hands because he's really strong and powerful, and he just runs straight into the ocean to throw it away. So that's a nice visual.
I like how the kids, they're just standing there looking at him, not even moving. I wonder what George is saying there. I'm sure it's something like, how'd you like it if I threw this in the water?
Exactly. I thought of that. I wish they had, kind of cut footage of just him in that scene. That would have been nice. But no deleted scenes from this episode, unfortunately.
If anyone can read lips out there, any
lip readers.
Sweep.
Where's Laura the Lineswoman when you need her?
If anyone can figure out what George is saying, please let us know.
Great line from Kramer when he talks about, remember that photo of me and Gerald Ford? Got that Ford right out of there.
That was a crazy bit of trivia from, I haven't done this in a while, but I asked who's the most recent president to get mentioned.
Oh, yeah, I remember when you said that.
On Seinfeld, and I think everyone put Gerald Ford.
Mm-hmm.
But
and the correct answer is
Ronald Reagan.
Hold on. You fooled me once on this. Let's see. You're going to fool me again.
Can't be fooled again.
Ooh, let's see. Ronald Reagan.
I'm sure we did this on the show before. It's season 3.
We did. You already got me once, but tell me.
Jack Klompus.
Oh, Ronald Reagan. Okay, damn. You know how when you have to remember a quote, you have to remember its tone and its like the inflection in which the person said it.
Sure.
And I don't think of Klompus being the one who's going to say Ronald Reagan.
And there's so many memorable scenes in the pen.
Sure.
I don't think many people think of the roast.
Like, hi, how are you?
Tell him how you took my son's pen back. Tell him about that.
Stella.
So, I guess we pretty much got enough set up there. George is worried because he really wants to work at this company. He can go hog wild, but with the photo there, how is he ever going to keep his job? Mm-hmm. So let's cut over to Jerry's apartment. Jerry arrives home to find Kramer slicing deli meat with his brand new slicer. Where'd he get it?
He traded in his sausage press.
Right.
Which is a nice callback to the blood. And let's keep track. There are so many little callbacks to episodes spanning across the entire series here. We've already seen the summer of '89. Well, we retcon that one. And then you have now the sausage press going back to the blood. So get out your pencils.
Yeah, there are a crazy amount of callbacks, more than your average episode. So many great Kramer lines here as he's slicing. He's like, the taste has nowhere to hide.
As well as welcome to Flavor Country.
Yes. And we get some plot details here. Jerry is going out with one of Elaine's friends, Dr. Sarah Sidorides.
Nice name.
Yes. Oh, Elaine has arrived by this point. Her whole building smells like potatoes.
Was that mentioned in a different episode, or is it just one of those things that we know from watching this?
I think it's just this episode.
Okay.
But she does mention Mr. Potato Guy in the burning.
Aha.
With the newspaper.
Huh? Come on, get it.
And Elaine has been up since 3:30 because of that alarm. Turns out her neighbor went to Paris. So, the way Elaine enters the scene, I didn't really pick up on this, but it reminds me a lot of, George with the doll.
Well, that's interesting you say that, because originally in the script she was going to say, "I'm on no sleep, bro," when she crawled on the couch, which is the same thing that George said.
That's right. That was the Bruce Kirschbaum line around the office. Mm-hmm, I'm on no sleep, bro.
Even the deleted callbacks are great.
Well, Kramer tells her the same thing happened to Lomez, so he blew his neighbor's circuit. How do you do that?
Yeah, well, it's easy. Just let me finish this mile high, and I'll be right with you.
So many great Kramer lines this episode. Of course, this last one here, about needing some Kaiser rolls. Jerry's like, oh, go ahead, check my stockroom. It reminds me a lot of that scene where he's like, now where's that tool shed of yours?
Oh, of course. Same thing. Mm-hmm. Michael always going along. Or Kramer, rather.
Now, I figured we could jump ahead here to a later scene in Jerry's apartment. Kramer refers to the slicer by its product name. He calls it the SP2000.
Mm-hmm.
And what I thought was kind of cool about that is in the nap, the robot, if you remember, that slices through George's desk.
The bomb searching robot, right?
Yes, with the chainsaw. It has a label on it, also called the SP2000. And I think we sort of, theorized like maybe they're made by the same company.
Sure. In fact, deleted dialogue revealed that the SP in SP2000 stood for the Slice Pro 2000.
Is that right?
Got that straight.
Slice Pro. Wait a second. So that they're definitely made by the same company because one slices meat, the other one slices
desks
with its chainsaw. Okay.
You got it.
Right.
And that seems to be a running, bit whenever they have this product here, whether it be air conditioners or slicers, they always have a number following it. So you had the Commando 8. What else?
The Commando 450. Well, the Commando 8 was the air conditioner, right?
Yes.
Commando 450.
Then you had, which was the shower head.
Mm-hmm.
Any other products like that?
Oh, yeah. You got the Rollamec
1000.
That was the pencil Mr. Pitt wanted. There's a Kruger something, the wheelchair.
Oh, yeah. Kruger 500, not 500.
And there's
Kruger, is it Kruger 9000?
Let's go with it.
Okay.
Also the, oh gosh. I'm sorry, everyone.
Work with me. Come on.
TR6.
TR, yes.
Not really a machine, but that's the Elaine mannequin.
Uh-huh.
There's got to be another product out there.
Well, talk amongst yourselves and post it on the Facebook page, please.
All right, let's cut over to Elaine's apartment. We're in the hallway here. Kramer is helping Elaine short circuit a little outlet in the hallway.
Well, this hallway smells like potatoes.
I know. This is it.
Okay. Oh, you see, the socket. It's probably connected to her apartment. So what we'll do, we'll take this paper clip and we'll bend it so it'll short out the entire circuit. Here you go. You get...
Oh, I think I'll let you do it.
No, it's easy. Just do it quickly.
No, I really don't want to.
Well, I don't want to either.
I thought you'd done this before.
Yeah, well, I have. It's just... It's no picnic.
Then how are we gonna do it?
All right, fine. I'll do it.
Oh.
Oh, Mama.
You okay?
I'm gonna lose that nail.
Oh, man. I love the combination of Michael's physical comedy teamed up with Julia's predisposition to laugh, because it seems like every scene that they've had together, just the two of them, it's going to result with him falling, getting hurt, and her just, bursting out into laughter. So here's another example here. Right.
There's some bloopers, of course, to go along with this scene.
But the way Michael is, I go between Michael and Kramer because it's the same guy, but the way he's afraid to do it, just do it quickly and no picnic. It's so perfect.
My favorite part is where he's like, all right, fine, I'll do it. And he as he licks it, there's something so comical about the way he does that. Mm-hmm. We heard at the top of the scene too, another character saying, this hallway smells like potatoes.
That's right.
So don't forget that. But it looks like the short circuit worked. We don't hear the alarm anymore. As we cut over to Monk's, and Jerry is out to eat with Elaine's friend, Dr. Siderides. She's telling Jerry how challenging her field is. He would have no idea what it's like to have someone's life depend on him.
Well, I have this neighbor.
A joke. Do you have any idea what it feels like to save someone's life?
Is it anything like hitting a homer in softball? Because I hit a whopper last week. Hey, that could be a kind of a callback to the pony remark or the understudy.
Love hearing about softball. It's been forgotten really since the understudy.
The Whopper line was ad-lib by Jerry, so way to go.
Yeah, that's a good one.
and we are introduced to this woman that Jerry's dating, Dr. Sarah Siderides, which is a great name, by the way. But she's played by Marcia Cross, who was probably most famed for her role on Desperate Housewives, as well as a little show called Melrose Place, which is kind of cool because Jerry referenced Marcia Cross's character's name from Melrose Place in that episode.
Yeah, when he's at the polygraph, the cop asks him, "Did Kimberly steal Joe's baby?"
Mm-hmm.
And
she's the Kimberly.
She's the baby. Yeah, she was Kimberly. Yeah, I never watched Melrose Place. Do you remember her on that?
I do, and I think she came on later in the series, but she ended up being a recurring character and one of the principals, I guess. But I remember watching it. My sister, who was into it at that age, and I got into it watching it with her. So I'm not ashamed to admit.
Yeah, she's great. I don't have any problems with her acting. It's the character. There's really not that much there.
Sure,
but I guess she's more there to give Jerry something to play off of.
And she's played a doctor more, a few times, so she's got that doctor quality about her.
Kind of reminds me of Brenda Strong's doctor character on Curb.
I thought to myself, did she appear in Curb too? But it was just Brenda Strong.
Oh, and Brenda Strong was the the dead body in the first episode, or whoever died on Desperate Housewives.
What are you talking about? Oh, really?
Yeah, I think someone gets killed, or whoever narrates the show is Brenda Strong.
Oh, wow. I see. I didn't know that. Oh, I guess we did talk about it, didn't we?
Maybe.
Whoops, Daisy. Some deleted dialogue that Dr. Siderides would go on to say to put down Jerry being a comedian, but she'd say, not to belittle your profession, but I just can't imagine spending so much time on something so frivolous. And Jerry would say, I don't spend that much time on it.
So, originally in the script, this Dr. Siderides would be, I don't know, a less pleasant character because, I don't think she's all that bad. I don't really get the vibe that Jerry is justified to be angry at her. Do you?
Not yet. Or are you talking about
scene? Well, in the next scene, he's like, "Oh, died on the table." Like he really didn't like it. But
well, I guess he was put out that she is so gung ho about I saved lives, and he still is of the opinion that she's only a pimple popper. He hasn't had that realization that she deals with skin cancer as well.
Of course, I like in that deleted dialogue though. She goes after his profession, and I feel like that's how you offend Jerry. Offends me as a comedian. This is a desk for where you write your skits. I don't write skits. I was wondering too, based on what she asks, do you have any idea what it feels like to save someone's life, or even have someone's life depend on you? Can you think of any times on Seinfeld that Jerry saved or could have saved someone's life?
Could have saved Newman's life or Ramon's life at the pool.
So he could answer, yes, I do know what it's like. What else is there? That's a tough question since it's so specific.
Did he save anybody?
That's something to think about. George saved the pigeon's life last week, but he ran over a squirrel.
He didn't. No, he killed the pigeons.
No, the second time, though, he's like, I saved that pigeon's life.
Oh, that's right.
That's a tough one. I think we'll have to go noodle with that.
Jerry saved the Krakatoans by contributing money.
Okay. Let's cut over to a photo store. A very pleased Photoshop guy hands George back the beach photo, claiming he airbrushed him into sand and sky. And when George looks at the photo, he's still in it. He's still in the background, giving that evil eye. But Mr. Kruger is gone, and this guy's really confused. He looks back and forth at the 89 and 97 versions of George. Man, you really lost a lot of hair.
I am aware. That guy, the clerk, he has such a great voice. You really lost a lot of hair. I didn't realize that is Lamar from Revenge of the Nerds, as well as Jerry from The Karate Kid. But that's Larry B. Scott, and he's credited as the clerk, but also in the script, he has a full name, Arthur Milano. Did you recognize him as Lamar from Revenge of the Nerds? Because I enjoyed that movie a lot, and that series growing up.
I didn't. I'm not that familiar with Revenge of the Nerds.
It's got, oh wait, you don't know Ogre, so.
I do. I know him. he was in a Seinfeld episode. He is one of the guys in the that paints his chest to say devils.
Oh, there we go. Nice connection. And Courtney Thorne-Smith was the love interest for Louis Skolnick, and she was in Melrose Place.
Let's talk about one of these callbacks that you hinted at earlier. A big one here. George says, "I am aware," which is a direct callback to the barber.
Penske, right?
Right. The whole thing of course, you are aware that I am aware. Mm-hmm. And that makes a lot of sense because that was Andy Robbins' episode, who also wrote this episode. So let's cut over to Elaine's apartment. Elaine is in bed. There's a brief scene here. She's reading this catalog, like a Sky Mall or something, a $76 pizza cutter. And she's like, I got to get a book, and starts hearing some meowing next door and realizes, oh my God, the cat. When we shut off the power, we must have shut off the automatic feeder.
See, that's the same thing that happened to Lomas.
Right. As we'll find out at Jerry's apartment in the next scene, George explains to Jerry that the Photoshop guy is going to try to fix the photo. In the kitchen, Kramer is still slicing away and somehow got his hands on a butcher's coat. One of my favorite Kramer looks on Seinfeld. Especially what happens later, at Kruger. Mm-hmm. Such a great look. But yes, when Elaine arrives, she tells Kramer about the cat. What did Lomas do about that?
Well, he moved into a hotel and the cat eventually died.
Can you think of another cat that died on Seinfeld, Vinny?
I don't think the cat had a name, right? But it was when George was talking to George Wendt and Corbin Burnson. The cat dies.
So you killed the cat.
Honey, it was an old cat.
It's nuts. It's real nuts telling me about this cat he killed. Well, Jerry's a little sour from his date with Dr. Siderides, since she made him feel, worthless, that he doesn't save lives. And things get interesting when he finds out she's just a dermatologist.
Saving lives. The whole profession's just, put some aloe on it.
And suddenly, Kramer gets an idea how to handle the cat, and he leaves with a slicer and tells Elaine to follow with this plate of meat. And, back to this whole Siderides thing, George is very excited with the concept of a revenge date, and wants Jerry to put that aloe pusher in her place. And, getting him really fired up, George tells him, patience. If you're going to tell someone off like this, you got to, go to a fancy dinner, maybe flowers. Has George ever done this before?
Almost. I couldn't get the girl to go out with me a second time.
This is like real psychotic behavior, isn't it? To plan out how you're going to get revenge on someone and really tell them off.
Well, if we recall, George did try to slip somebody a Mickey in an episode titled The Revenge.
That's true.
But yes.
And even Jerry says, this seems more like your thing than mine.
But I like that the term is called the revenge date,
Yes.
It's a thing.
And something I love about this scene, we didn't mention it, there are these plates of meat everywhere. Mm-hmm. Even George is eating this huge sandwich. So it's this, this running joke. I don't know how many pounds of meat Kramer is slicing, but it's getting out of hand.
Probably got it from...
Franco?
Oh, yeah, you probably got it from Franco. Nice.
All right, back to Elaine's apartment in the hallway. We're outside the neighbor's door. There's a cat on the other side, and Kramer and Elaine are, slicing some meat.
I think we're looking at 0.5 millimeter.
Can it cut that thin?
Oh, I've cut slices so thin, I couldn't even see them.
How'd you know you cut it?
Well, I guess I just assumed.
Don't worry, kitty. Dinner's coming.
Look at that. That's a Hall of Famer.
All right, let's do it.
All right, here we go. Yeah, watch this baby slide.
Okay. Come on, you want it? Go in. Go, kitty. Go, go. How about that? It worked. Wow. Can I borrow that thing for a while?
I don't think so.
Why not?
Well, you're not checked out on it.
What do I have to know?
Well, where the meat goes.
Right there.
Where do you turn it on?
Right there.
But where does the meat go?
See, again, the two of them together is gold. We need more Kramer and Elaine.
It's probably the pairing we see the least on Seinfeld.
And even the writers remarked about that on the commentary with like the two of these people relate or are friends through Jerry versus just friends together, which is why we don't see as many scenes. And they touched on that with George and Elaine in previous episodes, making fun of Jerry to kind of get along.
Oh, yeah, going all the way back to the dog.
Thank you.
The cat and the dog. Even in season 9, it's still a little weird when you see two characters hang out when Jerry's not around. Mm-hmm. But their plan was working pretty well here. Kramer's measuring the meat. I can get 0.5 millimeter, which is insane. He even claims that he's cut slices so thin he can't even see them.
How'd you know you cut it?
I just assumed.
An alternate line that they wrote was, it was there. I ate it, but I couldn't taste it.
Wait, he couldn't taste it?
Yeah, he couldn't taste it.
It would have been better if he's like, I couldn't see it, but I could taste it.
Here, 20 years later. And one of the best lines that come out of that one is, yeah, that's a Hall of Famer. I like that one.
And that, watch that baby slide. There's something really funny. I'm not a cat guy, but I do love the, you kind of have to use your imagination of a cat pulling this meat under the door.
Yeah. Nice reaction the two characters have. They're very pleased with themselves as the meat slides under the door.
And that question for the ages, man. Where does the meat go?
Right there.
All right, next scene, we are at the country cafe. Dr. Siderides is really pleased with this classy evening. That is until Jerry gives the wind-up with, how's the life-saving business? And the pitch.
It must take a really, really big zit to kill a man. You call yourself lifesaver? I call you Pimple Popper, MD.
And she's horribly offended, but the two are interrupted when an old friend of Dr. Siderides approaches the table and thanks her again for saving his life. He had skin cancer.
Skin cancer! Oh. That gentleman, who was his life was saved by Dr. Siderides. In the script, he's known as Perry, or maybe Mr. Perry.
She calls him, I think Mr. Perry.
Mr. Perry. Mm-hmm. So he's played by David. He's played by David Moreland, and he was in Old School, an episode of It's Like You Know, Peter Melman's show, and he was in the Shrimp Incident episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm. He played a dentist.
Right, and he was in that poker scene, right, with Larry.
Oh, that. We'll get there.
I'm really surprised that Jerry didn't think of skin cancer, dating a dermatologist.
Yeah, but I guess they set it up in a way, didn't George make that line like she's one step above working at a Clinique counter? And if he had said she's an oncologist, then you'd say, oh, she's dealing with cancer, she saves lives. That's understandable. Mm-hmm. But you hear dermatologist, remember the derm, you're just thinking of skin, put some aloe on it. So
yeah, it's funny. I grew up going to the dermatologist a lot. Like I had bad skin in high school, and so did my dad. So like it was just like in the family. But my mom made me, rightfully so, I guess, like really paranoid about getting skin cancer, just getting sunburned and whatnot. So I guess it just depends on your experience, whether you go there or not.
I mean, Jerry should know he wrote a bit about cancer. Did
you ever go to the dermatologist?
I didn't go, but my dad, who was a doctor, wrote me a prescription for like prescription strength acne medication when I was going through puberty. So,
yeah. Well, let's cut over to Elaine's apartment. Elaine is thanking Kramer over the phone for letting her borrow the slicer. She's not just using it for meat. She's also opening mail, which is ingenious. Did you know I did this in college?
You opened mail with a slicer?
Yes. So I worked at a cafe. And at the time, I was a dishwasher. And at the end of the evening, when everything's dirty and getting taken apart, I asked the kitchen staff, since we're going to take the blade or, take apart the slicer, could I, this might be really wrong, could I open up my paycheck envelope with the slicer? And they let me do it once. Oh. And it was so satisfying, man, just to get that little tiny end opened.
You're a big dork, aren't you?
It was great. So
I appreciate, though, that you want to live out your Seinfeld fantasies in any way possible.
Yes.
So
then later, the health inspector showed up.
Didn't that cafe shut down?
Yeah. Anyways, Elaine's opening up her mail, and as she gets up to feed the cat, she notices that her heels are uneven. Mm-hmm. She pauses and then looks at the slicer. Next scene, we're at the photo store. The photo store guy gives George the retouched photo. Good news, George is gone. He's no longer in the photo. Bad news, Kruger has been replaced by what?
A cartoon.
Here you go, Mr. Costanza.
What is this? This is a drawing.
Looks real, doesn't it?
This is a cartoon.
Hey, how'd you draw that guy from memory? Considering, I think that's damn good.
But it's not a photograph. I need a photograph.
Then you better get a camera.
Damn, what a great voice he's got. And
It's damn good.
yeah. How pleased is he with himself?
Yeah. Love
I did draw that guy from memory.
the last line too. You better get a camera. Like he's giving him attitude now.
Exactly.
It's like, come on. Yeah, I'm wondering what's going on here. Is George a poor communicator or is this guy an idiot? Like, what happened?
Well, I guess we know it's you. We know you're. Oh no, we know you're bald. We know it's you. So all bald guys look alike.
That's true.
Offense.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Jason Statham here today.
Oh, you had to go there.
Out of all the bald men that people say you look like, he's probably the best baldy.
Oh, I appreciate it. So keep them coming.
You sounded upset.
No, I'm just joking.
Oh.
I pretend to be offended by that.
That's confusing. All right, we get an act break, and next scene, we're in Jerry's apartment. George doesn't know what he's going to do, since he needs a photo of Kruger without his shirt on. And we get an interesting discussion here as George tries to figure out what else he could do for work. And what's cool about this scene is the blocking and conversation, very similar to The Revenge. Odd that this is the second time we've read up this episode, but you got George sitting at the coffee table and Jerry giving him kind of like career advice.
Yeah, George is sitting on the floor, his legs tucked under the coffee table. We actually recreated that photo on the Seinfeld Hulu set.
Man, I was looking at those photos recently. I would love to get another stab at that apartment visit.
Mm-hmm. I want a private tour of the Seinfeld set.
Yeah, no one else there. Plenty of time to take photos. But yeah, that was a lot of fun.
It's a good day.
Well, Elaine enters.
Pliers?
Drawer.
Got it.
What are they for?
I, got a piece of my heel stuck in a slicer.
Come again?
Okay, I got a little slicer happy, but listen, don't tell Kramer, okay? He has very strong feelings for it.
I almost forgot to ask you, how did the revenge date go?
It went okay.
Did you dress nice? Did you do it classy?
Yeah, I started out real classy.
Yeah, you did. You classed it up, huh?
But then I found out about the skin cancer.
Oh, so it backfired.
Yeah.
I guess I'm lucky I never tried that myself.
Of course she treats skin cancer. That's how I met her. She was doing a skin cancer screening at Peterman. This is what dermatologists do.
Sadly, that knowledge could have helped me.
Wait a second. She did a skin cancer screening at Peterman?
Uh-huh.
Could she do that at Kruger?
I don't know, I guess.
So I set up a screening, everyone takes their shirt off, and click, I snap me a shot of a bare-chested Kruger.
You got a little thing for this fella?
Jerry, you gotta talk to Sidorides.
Yesterday you told me I have to take my revenge on her.
And that was wrong, Jerry. You simply must apologize.
Must I?
Yes, because it is the mature adult thing to do.
How does that affect me?
Ooh, Elaine. All right, where's the SP2000? So I got a slice.
I forgot it.
Huh?
I gotta get home.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll go with you.
I'm not actually going straight home. I have to first stop off at the, circus. You know, with all the clowns.
All right, you have fun. Oh, no clowns. I don't like clowns. The clowns.
The clowns! Another callback to both the opera and the gymnast, Kramer's fear of clowns. Oh, and there's a great, the scene ends with a shot of Kramer saying, no clowns, no clowns. But the shot prior to that, is Jerry, and you see he's got a smirk on his face, so he's quite enamored with Michael's performance right there.
In scenes like this, I feel like when Michael sees someone is about to crack up, he's gonna like do it more.
Yeah.
To get them to break. I don't know.
But I mean, if you think about it, George's plan is pretty good. How do you get a picture of somebody bare chested? This is perfect.
Yeah, and of all the 4 storylines and dovetailing, I think this episode does it so well, despite being very out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, all the pieces are there from the first couple of scenes, so you definitely buy it.
LD's proud.
Well, let's cut over to Dr. Siderides' office briefly here. Jerry apologizes for everything he said, but she sees through the bullshit. And of course she'll do the cancer screening, but as for them, it's off.
Was it Pimple Popper MD?
That's the one.
Still got it.
And we should note too, she kind of touches him, like on the face, right? On the nose.
It's a light tap of still got it.
Right.
So it's not malicious in any way.
Is Pimple Popper a derogatory term for a dermatologist?
Perhaps.
I know
any dermatologist listeners out there?
There's some really popular dermatologists on YouTube.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, for people that like to watch the pimple popping, as it were.
That's what I thought you were going to say, is those people who pop those blackheads and the real long, curly, wiry things come out.
I feel like half our audience is gagging, the other half are like, yeah, I love that. But yeah, I think it's a proud term for the dermatologist.
All right.
I'm just saying that. I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I'm saying it. Let's cut over to Elaine's apartment. Kramer knocks on the door to get a slicer back, and she kind of has this mild panic since her heel is still stuck. And she manages to bang it a few times on the doorknob to get it out, then quickly gives it back to Kramer, shutting the door behind her. And of course, Kramer gets mad that the blade is all dinged up. Starts banging on the door, and he yanks the doorknob, only to have it break off. And he goes flying across the hall, accidentally kicks open a neighbor's door.
Hey, get the hell out of here!
Well, it's a lot of potatoes.
Is that the same guy from, I forget the episode, when Elaine wanted to order the Supreme Flounder, who's like, who are you with? Where's that from? Is that the same guy?
I remember
or is that different? Is that a different apartment?
Across the street.
Oh, never mind. I'm dumb.
Who are you with?
You're smart. I'm dumb.
I actually have some very interesting trivia about this guy.
The voice.
Yeah, the voice. Did you pick up on this on the commentary?
I did.
All right, why don't you kick it off?
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but originally the actor was going to be seen as a neighbor, but then they decided to just have him be a voice. Is that correct?
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe. Okay. Well, that's possible. But anyway, this guy who's the voice of the neighbor, he ended up coming back and appeared in the dealership episode this season. And he was one of the guys that was standing behind George with the candy bars. And the actor got really excited because he thought he was going to be getting a recurring role on the show.
That's right. But no, he's just playing a different character.
Just a voice and a background character. But still, pretty cool, nevertheless.
Absolutely. Now, what I think is pretty cool about that is we never know what Mr. Potato Guy looks like. We just hear the voice. I always imagined someone like Wang from It's Always Sunny.
Oh,
the landlord that always wants the money for the rent.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Since he has, some sort of accent.
Sure.
But if anyone out there is wondering who he is in the dealership, I watched the scene where George he's at like the customer service window. Mm-hmm. I think he's the guy standing behind George, thinning hair, mustache. And he says, what's the one with the swirling chocolate in the commercial?
Oh.
And then later he says, this Clark bar is really good.
He's Mr. Potato Guy.
So if you want to do it's some retconning, but that could be Elaine's neighbor in the dealership. His accent goes in and out.
Okay. I believe it.
All right. Now, Vinny, how's your Shakespeare knowledge?
Not too good.
Did you pick up on the Macbeth reference at the top of the scene?
Not at all. Nayeth.
When Elaine is trying to get her heel out of the slicer, she says, "Out damn heel," which is a direct reference to "out damn spot" when Lady Macbeth is feeling guilt for a murder.
Well, there you have it.
All right. Let's cut over to Jerry's apartment. Once again, great dovetailing here. George is having Kramer's slicer smoothed out at Kruger. Meanwhile, Jerry shows Kramer a rash breaking out on his neck and chest. Jerry has not been wearing a fake beard. He does shave his chest, though. Could have something to do with that. Now, Jerry tells Kramer about his day, how he went to see Dr. Siderides and apologized. It didn't go over so well.
There's your hives. As the Bible says, thou who cureth can make it ill.
And Kramer, sort of pushes Jerry to do something about it. Very similar to George earlier, You got to go on this revenge date. And Kramer's like, you got to get your revenge, Jerry.
Go along.
Maybe confront the good doctor. And since Siderides is doing a cancer screening at Kruger's, the two head out. Kramer has to pick up his slicer. So,
oh, hey, I couldn't find that stock room. You mentioned that Jerry's wearing a fake beard. He wore a fake mustache in the butter shave.
Very good.
Hives.
Or no, it was a real mustache, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Damn. You're just... I'm setting him up and you're knocking him down this week.
Well, the actor was wearing a fake mustache.
Okay, all right.
You were right. Well, let's cut over to Elaine's apartment. Elaine goes for the doorknob. I guess she hasn't realized that Kramer pulled it off on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And she pulls it. It breaks off in her hand. She's stuck in her apartment as the cat is meowing next door for food. So I'm just going to combine all these scenes here. She goes to her bedroom to fold some laundry and turns on the radio to drown out the meowing. And later she gets a hold of a locksmith on the phone, but the music is blasting. And on top of the cat meowing, Mr. Potato Guy is banging on her door to turn off the music. And when she doesn't do it, he heads to the socket and does the same thing Kramer did.
Oh, mama!
And the apartment loses power, of course, before Elaine could, give the locksmith her address. So, some little scenes here, nothing really noteworthy, but we do get 2 songs featured.
We got Slow Ride by Foghat. And then next we have Inagata de Vida by Iron Butterfly.
Iron Butterfly. And another reference of sorts is Elaine dances the same way she did in the Little Kicks, right?
Oh, yeah. She reprises her or, brings back that dance.
So even when she's alone,
There's actually a cute little moment from that scene where, of course, she's dancing to no music. They're going to put the music in post. And she's doing her dancing. And I think you can start to hear laughs coming from the set. And she's like, all right, that's enough. Like she's embarrassed to actually do the dance, So she's like, you got it. You got enough. I'm done.
So it makes me wonder, why doesn't Elaine just turn off the music? Like, is the cat driving her so crazy?
I believe it's driving her bonkos, yes.
Very good. All right, next we're at Kruger Industrial Smoothing. Jerry confronts Dr. Siderides about the hives. She is so offended by the accusation that she storms out. So George gets screwed again. But as luck would have it, Mr. Kruger strolls up, sees Kramer in his white coat, and assumes he's the doctor.
Hey, Doc.
So George decides to play along, explains to Kramer, hey, just pretend you're a doctor, check him for moles, and be sure to take a photo with his shirt off.
You're really cooking up a little scheme here, aren't you?
It really is a fantastic scheme.
One of his better ones.
And how does Kramer refer to moles?
Freckles' ugly cousin.
Yes. So here we go. One of the best scenes of the episode. In one of the offices, Kramer examines a shirtless Mr. Kruger.
Male mammal, approximately 30 to 60 years of age. Weight, indeterminate. Okay, Mr. Kruger, we're going to take a photo now for the record. So if you'll stand up, please, give me a big smile. Oh, no, not that big. Yeah, that's nice, yes. Okay. Yes, let's have a look-see. Okay, fiber from shirt on left shoulder. I have to keep my eye on that.
How long have you been doing this, Dr. Van Nostrand?
Oh, a long time. Yes, I've seen moles so big they have their own moles. Freckles that cover 2 men.
So how am I looking?
Oh, so far so good. Kramer.
really owe you one.
George, we got a problem.
What?
Well, he's got a mole on his shoulder. Very suspicious.
So tell him you're concerned about it. He should see somebody else.
George, why would I, a Juilliard-trained dermatologist, send him to another doctor?
Because you're not a dermatologist.
Oh, but he thinks I am, and I'm not going to betray that trust. Now, here's what I want to do. I think I can get a section, then I'll go down to the lab.
What? A section?
If I can grab my slicer, and if he holds still, I think that...
No, you're taking a deli slicer to my boss.
It'll be ultra thin. He'll barely feel it.
No, absolutely not.
Well, it's my medical opinion that you're making a big mistake, and it's going in my chart.
Another callback. The chart from I suck at the package. There we go.
Package. Yes, that's the episode where doctors are writing how difficult Elaine is. In their chart. And speaking of the package, Kramer also played Dr. Van Ostrand in that episode when he is from the Hoffermander Clinic in Belgium.
The Netherlands.
But that whole name of Nostrand has come up quite a bit. The nose job. He was Professor Peter Van Nostrand in the pilot. He auditions as Martin Van Nostrand. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think this is the last episode we get with Von Noggin.
No, Mr. Kruger's gonna see him in the strike.
The strike, one of the
Festivus
best
dinner.
Callbacks to an episode. Dr. Van Nostrand, right?
That's correct. And how about Kramer's Juilliard-trained medical prowess? How he can guess between 30 and 60 years. Unable to determine weight, though.
Indeterminate. One of my favorite moments, and it works so well because of Kruger, but Kramer says, "All right, give me a big smile." Oh, no, not that big.
Yeah. Well, Kruger is good at following direction.
Oh, yeah. Daniel is like such a dope in this scene. Like Kruger is just so out of it, He just some loose wires in there. Other than the mole, Kramer is also very concerned about fiber from shirt on left shoulder.
Keep my eye on that.
Got some trivia for you, Vinny. Other than Kruger, who else has Kramer taken a photo of shirtless?
George.
Very good. That was an easy one.
Is that it?
Well, Elaine exposed her nipple, but
he
she
took
had
a
shirt on.
He took a photo of Barry, the accountant, pantsless.
Very good. Let's move over to Jerry's apartment. George explains that the photo is fixed. It's back on Kruger's desk. Jerry, meanwhile, is still dealing with his hives. Looks like he had a beard of bees.
Bees?
Beads. Why doesn't he just call someone about it?
You know how hard it is to get a dermatologist in this town? A real dermatologist?
So Kramer shows George a condition in his dermatology book, and he's concerned that's what, Kruger could have. So George leaves, promising he'll tell Kruger to get it checked out, while Jerry leafs through the book.
Hey, I wonder if they have a picture of my rash in here.
Yeah, they got everything, Jerry. I underlined the best parts.
Hey, this looks like what I have. Caused by exposure to benzene, a common ingredient in metal cleaners.
Well, that's weird.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm cleaning my slicer.
That's my hand towel. I use that on my face, neck, and chest. That's where the hives are coming from. It's not Dr. Siderides. It was Dr. Van Nostrand.
So somehow the bronzo is reacting to the poison she's giving you.
All right, get out. And take your bronzo with you.
Whoa. That's toxic.
That's a nice scene.
Love that noise Michael makes.
There was a moment was an alternate moment in which Jerry was going to leaf through the book, book filled with dermatology, and he was going to say, "Ooh, naked," which would have been a very immature thing for Jerry to say.
Oh, that's horrible. It was funny. When I was a kid, we had some sort of health book. Maybe it was like a book on birthing or something.
Sure.
And that was like, some people had like their National Geographics.
Sure.
That was like my book where I'm like, oh my God, they're naked.
Don't come in here.
I love how Kramer, he's getting everything spelled out for him, and he still doesn't get it. Oh, somehow the Bronzo is reacting to the poison she's giving you.
Yeah. Gotta love him.
Yeah, so great. All right, last scene of the episode. We're at Kruger Industrial Smoothing. Kruger invites George into his office.
George, come on in. I'm just going over our annual report. Boy, did we take it on the chin last year.
Listen, Mr. Kruger, I got a message from Dr. Van Nostrand. He says it might be wise for you to see another doctor about that mole.
I'm not too worried about it.
Well, he said it could be cancerous. Maybe you should have it checked out.
George, take a look at this photo. This was taken 10 years ago. Now, that mole looks exactly as it does today. So, there's no cause for concern, huh?
Whatever.
And actually, funny thing about this photo, we were at the beach, and there was this dumb-looking guy nearby. When he went in for a swim, my sons and I took all his stuff and threw it in the ocean. What a pear-shaped loser.
Well, that pear-shaped loser was me! And I was in that photo until I broke in here, stole the photograph, and airbrushed myself out of it.
Well, I'll be... You have lost a lot of hair.
That's what they tell me!
So rather than end it with "I am aware," it's a new one now. That's what they tell me.
Mm-hmm. And we find out, of course, that Kruger's family, they're a bunch of
yeah.
They threw the pear-shaped loser stuff into the ocean.
So George's revenge or vindication was justified, right?
Yeah, definitely. But I guess it's all even since, like, Kruger, as we'll find out later, lets him keep his job and
sure,
let bygones be bygones.
Who would you say is more off their rocker, Steinbrenner or Kruger?
Oof. Probably Steinbrenner, just because Kruger seems so unaware of anything that's going on. Mm-hmm. He's kind of like more in the putty camp. He would just sit and stare.
Clueless.
Yeah. There's kind of a blooper, or not a blooper, but a mistake in this scene when Kruger picks up the framed photo, the one that George had fixed. Mm-hmm. If you look, it's still the original prop, and you can actually see George in the photo.
Oh, that's not cool.
Oh. But once again, this is Kruger, so maybe he doesn't even notice it. Like, somehow he's so out of it, he's blocked this person out of the photo.
Mm-hmm.
But let's wrap up here, Vinny, as we cut over to Elaine's apartment. We're in the hallway. Kramer, Jerry, and George are waiting, I guess, for the locksmith to arrive. And Elaine is trapped on the other side in her apartment. Kind of like the cat, Kramer is feeding her meat under the floor. Or maybe he's putting it through the hole.
I thought it's on a plate. So is her door high enough they're able to slide a plate underneath?
Or maybe she's got like a fork. She can... Yeah, I don't know what she's doing.
Are you eating the meat that was on the floor?
Apparently Kruger, didn't fire George after everything. He said he didn't care. And Jerry was able to see a dermatologist, Dr. Kazarian. He actually said the rash was really bad. What did he give Jerry for it?
Aloe. That was a nice... I like that payoff.
And we get a great final shot here when Elaine asks Kramer for a sip of his soda, and she just... There's a little opening in the doorknob, and she sticks her straw out to sip it.
I think that's really sweet that the other three would come over to keep her company and feed her as well.
And people say this show has no heart. Come on.
So, what do you think?
So, Matt, do we airbrush this episode into sand and sky, or would you say that it's damn good?
That was a tough one to come up with this week.
It was.
Yeah, I would definitely call this episode damn good. We mentioned this several times. I think the dovetailing in this episode is fantastic. The slicer, of course, the name of the episode, I think factors into everyone's storyline so well. Maybe not George's exactly, but it gives Kramer a reason to go to Kruger's at the end. and in that, white jacket, it's really perfect.
Yeah.
So I love the dovetailing, works really well. And, I'm really a fan of everything Kramer has to do this week. Working with Elaine, his little back and forth with Jerry with the Bronzo is just wonderful. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I thought this was the best example of dovetailing in season 9. And then, each week we always marvel at Michael's performance. And so far, I feel like he has had the best performance overall in season 9, which makes me think, I think this is his season. Yeah. If you had to kind of, is it possible to even go through a season and say, who was the, the all-star, the MVP of that season? Usually you think of them as the 4, but so far I think Kramer has been the character to beat in season 9.
Last week we had the Merv Griffin show, right?
Exactly, yeah.
The butter shave.
Yeah, see? But, Daniel von Bargen comes in, excellent addition to the Seinfeld universe as Mr. Kruger. And, I thought this was a fun episode to recap, so I enjoyed this as well.
If we have to say anything like negative or nitpick, I don't really care much for the Elaine or Jerry scenes when they're not with one of the other characters, like George or Kramer, if that makes sense. Like, I don't care for the Jerry Sidoriti scenes or the scenes where Elaine's by herself.
Sure.
They always work better when they're with a co-star, really.
Sure. And let's not forget that cold open, how great that was to kind of play with us a little bit as an audience. I don't know, did you feel that way?
Yeah, absolutely. I love any time you can get all 4 of them in either a shot together. Yeah, or remember when they're in the janitor's closet in season 8?
Oh, yes.
Love that kind of stuff. In fact, there was a photo I found years ago from, circa season 4, season 5. It's the 4 of them in bed. But it's not the scene. It's like a promo image they did.
Wasn't that on Rolling Stone, or am I thinking of something else?
It did look like a Rolling Stone photo, yeah. I'll try to find it, but yeah, it was odd to see because I'm like, I thought they only got into bed once.
All right, that's going to do it for us here on Seincast this week. Please feel free to send us an email at seincast@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, or leave us a voicemail at Coco Bosco.
Vinny, what episode are we discussing next week?
Next week, we're discussing the 8th episode of Season 9, The Betrayal.
Signing off.
My name is Vinny.
My name's Matt.
Get the hell out of here!
Wow, that's a lot of potatoes.